Welcome back to Gunner Fan TV and welcome back to another match reaction. Arsenal versus Manchester United, and we got touched up by Man United at home. I can't believe what I saw today. It was a shocking performance by Arsenal today. Manchester United came to Arsenal and rolled over us, especially in the second half. First half of the game, I actually thought that we were in control. But again, it just goes to show that control doesn't win you a game, right? And that's been proven over and over. Left, right, back, left, right, backwards. It doesn't work if you're not scoring goals. And we need to figure this out. No need for us to get upset. No need for us to sit here and shout and scream. And, because if these guys were getting paid 150, 250,000 pounds a week, if they're not upset, then why are we getting upset? They should be upset right now, right? And if they're not upset, then what's the sense? This is the time for us to win the league, and we cannot have a team like Manchester United, who's been struggling all season, show up and show out. They showed out today. They showed us up today. Big time. Team that's been struggling. And it's funny how every single time we let this Manchester United team, no matter how they're struggling, we've already passed our rebuild phase. They're just rebuilding. And we allow a team that's in a rebuilding phase to come to our place and slap us up, man. Very disappointing performance. I can't really pinpoint anybody who actually performed well today. The overall team played bad. Terrible performance. Very disappointing because this was an opportunity again to extend the lead. Not extend the lead, but, go back to 7. And now we're in a position where we still have City to play, right? And the buffer is shrinking. So we need to figure this out. It's already gone. We already lost. So, no sense lamenting over it and getting upset. We just have to figure out how to not allow this to repeat itself. A performance like this can never happen again. And I'm trying to be positive because it's still 4 points, even though we have to go to City, but City needs to go to Liverpool. And, I think they also have to go to Stamford Bridge, or either way, vice versa. But, they have to play tougher games than us. We have, 2 games that we should win. I'm not even going to call any game easy now because we're not, I don't know, the performance hasn't been consistent for us in the league, right? So I'm not going to say these games are games that we are going to win because that's never guaranteed. They're games that we should be winning, Leeds and Sunderland. But, this cannot happen again. Simple and plain. I felt like, in my opinion, Mikel Arteta got it wrong when he started Gabby Jesus in hindsight. I mean, I think maybe a lot of people would call for him because he scored 2 goals in the Champions League. But over the season, I feel like the team has gotten to Gyökeres now in a sense where they're understanding how he plays. And not because you perform well in the Champions League, which is a whole different mindset in terms of how teams set up against you versus the Prem. And we all know this. When teams are playing Arsenal, the plan is to just sit back, frustrate us because the way we play controlled and left to right, backwards, and we don't really go forward in a sense of attacking. But in the Champions League, teams need to get those 3 points also. So they're also going to attack. They're going to play. They're not going to set up against us to sit back and frustrate us. So the performance are going to be different. So Jesus gave us a really good performance in the Champions League, but it's suited for that. So when you come back to the league, you can't get blindsided and thinking he's going to give you that same performance. And I think that was the mistake today. Gyökeres should have been out there. And I mean, you could call it, however you see it. Some people might be like, hey, what if Jesus had scored 2 goals or whatever? But the case is we lost, right? So in hindsight, I mean, I wanted Gyökeres to start, in my opinion. That was my starting lineup. I mean, it didn't work. We lost. And overall, I mean, Jesus didn't lose us the game. You know what I'm saying? We didn't lose the game because of, Jesus not performing. It's just the entire team didn't perform. A bad pass by Zubimendi. And it was coming because we made several different errors. We made a bunch of errors in the first half where they probably could have been up 3, right? So it's just a sloppy performance. And again, maybe the pressure is getting to Arsenal at this point, but we have to figure out a way to rise above that pressure, right? We cannot bottle this league at this point. The good thing is that we're still 4 points clear. So we just need to figure out what went wrong today. Some people were anonymous today. I mean, Trossard in the second half, I didn't even remember he was on the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, is he still playing? Did they take him off at halftime? Like nothing. Odegaard, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Zubimendi was terrible today. Bro, I just don't understand it. We need to step up, right? These guys are being paid, a healthy amount of money, right? To go out here and win something, perform and win something, and allow the fans to get behind them and feel like they really want to, show the fans that this is the season. This is the year for us to actually win something. But the inconsistency is I don't know. We can't be inconsistent at this point. At this point, this is where you need consistency. Because remember City a couple seasons ago when we were, I think, 8 points or something like that ahead, and City just did not drop any points. Their consistency was crazy. That's the level of consistency we need in order to lock up this title, right? And I'm not writing the team off, man. A couple of bad performances. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is probably the first game we're losing at home. So, it was bound to happen, but still, this was a game that we should be winning against a struggling, rebuilding, right, Manchester United. But we move, guys. What else are we going to do, right? I think Mikel Arteta tactically got it wrong. We need to start attacking teams now and be ruthless, man. Enough of this control. Like get back to the days when we were playing free-flowing football and we're scoring goals. That's the only thing that's going to help us over the line today, outscoring teams and solidify our defense, right? And it's been bad over a couple of weeks. Our defense has not been solid. It doesn't look like the same defense that we had a couple months ago when the league started, when we were having that good run of form and not conceding. But tell me what you think, guys. Tell me your thoughts today. But honestly, man, poor performance again. Manager, players, everybody, man. Disappointing performance, especially at home. We need to move forward and do better the next game coming up and lock this title up. All right, guys, please like, subscribe, comment. Tell me your thoughts today. What did you think about the performance? I mean, I think everyone probably has the same opinion about what happened today. Just lackluster, terrible performance by Arsenal. Again, guys, enjoy the rest of your week and be safe, guys. And we'll talk again. Peace.